president of Argentina just rugged a coin and deleted the tweet that he did that. Like, this is, bro, this has to be the top. This has to be the top of it. Like, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of The Business Loop. So today is actually crazy. Have you ever seen the shortage of eggs, bro? Did you see that's happening right now?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy right now.
So
no eggs anywhere.
You actually see what's going on, like with prices, or like in the supermarket, you see it affecting you?
I don't pay attention to prices that much.
That's actually crazy.
Do you notice it?
Well, I never really noticed the price because, to be honest, it's been a while. Like when I start buying foods that I actually need, I just never look at the prices of those things. Like things I actually just need anyways. Like I don't even think it makes sense to look at the price because you're just going to have to get it regardless. And I try not to even save on stuff like that because you kind of want the best, you know. But going forward right now, there's like something called like the avian flu. And it's just crazy when I actually see things like this. And I never even know that things like this just directly affect people. And because this is like an animal flu, right? So the avian flu is basically a highly contagious virus affecting poultry farms nationwide, leading to mass culling of birds to prevent its spread. So it's saying with fewer laying hens, the egg supply shrinks and prices surge. And we've seen this happen before, right? We've seen this happen before when it comes on to like any other foods and any other perishable items or just animal-made items. Like when an animal affected or the food that the animal is affected that the food produced, you can actually see the rise in price, or you see like a cutback because the market just no longer have that thing anymore. So what's happening right now when it comes on to just eggs, the prices of eggs actually going crazy. I never even really noticed it, but it is so important when you can tell businesses that buy these things on like a larger scale get affected by this, right? So we personally wouldn't get affected and it wouldn't really matter to us because we're going to get it anyways. But I've seen companies that's just buying eggs on like a large scale. Now them actually just saying, yo, I see this one guy saying me, bro, probably like take off eggs off him entire menu. And I'm just like, bro, that even, how you running a breakfast place and you're taking off eggs overall on your menu?
Yeah, but I think if you think about it, it affects their bottom line more than ours because of the amount that they're buying. Like that's why it matters more to them than us. We're buying one carton, he's buying 20, 100 cartons.
Yeah, 100 cartons, 1,000 cartons. Like I see these things. So that's what I'm saying. Because no, the price that it actually go up to, based on what I was seeing like 30 something cents per eggs he was paying, and now he's paying like $68.
Yeah, that's like 100% increase, bro.
That's insane though.
Yeah.
Like, so just look up how accurate that is for like restaurants right now. Because I wouldn't want to just give like a skim view, you know, like you look up what the actual thing of what restaurants actually paying for eggs right now. So I actually can't see that. And I'm just like, bro, I didn't even know that avian flu was a thing. So you can see that. And how you can tell, how does this affect the markets? So yeah, we know that it raised the price of eggs and stuff like that. But when I see things like this, bro, there's just so many different business opportunities can come from this. And there's just so many different things. Because if you as a person running a business like this, you can see the opportunity where eggs short and you can see how to make something come from this. Because like, say for instance, you can be the sole supplier for your local restaurant. So you know that same restaurant guy saying, hey, we don't have a good supply for eggs right now, and we don't have a person that's actually supplying us with eggs because of this avian flu. So I'm seeing where people can actually just take it up on like a arbitrage. situation where they try to outsource eggs from other places and then use the opportunity to fill like the gap for restaurants who are just like experience the inflated price, because most people experience the inflated price based on their supplier, right? So their supplier would be a person that would just raise the price on them because they're being affected by the avian flu thing. So once I see opportunities like that, it always scream like subscription models to me. Like, I don't know why I'm obsessed with so much subscription models, but I don't know. I'm always obsessed with just reoccurring revenue. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's the best, bro.
I mean, so what do you think about reoccurring revenue overall? Like, what you have a think about any business ideas what can come from that?
No, I haven't thought of anything. What have you been thinking of for these eggs?
Like, all right. So the main thing I was thinking about was try to supply restaurants like a weekly thing, and you actually be their main supplier where you can go two routes, right? So two routes can be a thing where you make heavy investment and you start raise chickens overall. And there's this company right now that you can just buy a full ready-made hen chicken coop will already come with the chickens, already come with like it's just so crazy. So
You
yeah,
just need the space.
yes, exactly. So you just need the space to put it, right? So you have companies right now in America. I think it's called Build a Box or something like that. Just the company itself that actually it supply you with the actual chickens, it supply you with the eggs, it supply you with the little shed, the barn thing that the chickens would be in, and you can be a person who's just having that subscription models, getting ready-made chicken. You just need the space. You just need like a backyard, or you just need like somewhere you can put it. And just imagine you now incubate your own eggs, your own chickens, and you have your simple own thing like at your actual house, and then you can create like a subscription model to like your local restaurant or your local little mini mart or something like that. And if you can be the person to see that they're going through the crisis, like the eggs shortage overall because of their like large supplier, you can actually take so much advantage of just having a little backyard eggs. Because think about it, the only time you're going to need to, because that could just be like a recurring revenue for you, just by just you having in your house, you just being a regular person and you're just looking for like some side income and stuff like that. And some people think that it's just so hard to start like a business like that, but I genuinely don't think it's hard, because you can do such a simple business and then just like get recurring revenue from just that system by just partnering with like one or two restaurants. And then you don't even really have to think about scaling. You don't have to think about doing anything extra. You can just have a relationship with your local restaurant or your local place like that. And you're just doing it so simple. Like that is not even a rocket science business or a rocket science thing that a person can actually do. It's just something that you can do at any given time. Right.
Yeah.
So I see that as a thing where if anybody actually take this idea and just say, okay, I'm going to do this idea, you just set without like your asset column, just you have chickens just in your asset column.
Yeah.
You're just making recurring revenue, just like that. And that's something that I feel like a person that people like that just in a young age, or you're having problems with finding jobs, you're having problems with doing all these things. But what happened is you have so much time, right? So now you can literally use sweat equity and then use that as your advantage to just say, okay, like I'm going to get these things from scratch. Or it's just so crazy because as a young person, you should be able, that is such like a direct, sharp idea that it's just honest bread, honest money that would have just come from that. And you don't even have to do anything crazy. You don't have to like put in so much different work. It's just so simple. Just you raising eggs and just selling it to your local places like that. But overall, I see things like this where I just see how if you actually really care about these things and if you actually care about just making like a recurring side income or something. Things like this can help. And the best thing I actually see so far with helping with recurring side income is this $200 a month Chat GPT subscription. So you see that, bro? Have you ever seen it?
No, I have the $20 one, not the $200 one.
So you can look at the price difference, right? So what are they trying to tell you with these price differences with ChatGPT? So if you watch this channel, if you're familiar with this channel, you have to be familiar with these tools because we talk about these tools all the time. So these tools are ChatGPT, and this is ChatGPT Pro. So ChatGPT Pro is the $200 model. We're using, I think that's ChatGPT 01, and then we're just using ChatGPT 4. That's what or 4.0. That's the one that we're using. That's a $20 one. So I have the $20 one as well, but you really can go off this $200 one, and I've just seen it so crazy. Like, it's just such a crazy play. So how you can just to integrate the first part that we were talking about, eggs, with this ChatGPT Pro, right? So having this chat, so say for instance, now your egg business booming, you get a little one restaurant, and you're supplying this restaurant. I know you have this. You have this little automated business just running in the back for you, right? The ChatGPT Pro, you could just add that to your expenses because you're making so much money. You just add it to your expenses, and it would just handle different things like customer inquiries, right? And it would automate your responses. So, for instance, you now integrate it with your text messages or something, or like you're talking to your suppliers on Slack, right? So you can just tell, say for instance, the people who you supply with the eggs, if you just tell them, hey, if you want to communicate with me, you talk to me on Slack, right? And you just integrate ChatGPT with your Slack. Once you integrate it with your Slack, you could have ChatGPT just negotiating with them on what's going on, when they need eggs, and just send you a direct update of what the response is from these suppliers, right? It could even handle stuff like the order management, like automatically track orders, send reminders and payments. And I see other things here where it could also help you with marketing. So it would just generate like the different social media posts, and it would just go on other social media and just try scan for relatable posts, just like for your business, and just try to, so say for instance, like a person make like a funny video about eggs or whatever, right? It would take like a TikTok or take whatever, your Instagram, and it would scrape those funny videos and use it as marketed material for your actual egg business, right? So I see that as like a crazy integration where you can just say, oh, just having the ChatGPT, you can use it to automate like so many different little things. So now, I don't know, like other businesses that I see that actually, like I was watching this video last night when it come on to how other ways you can use the ChatGPT Pro. Other videos where I see this guy using like the ChatGPT to talk to people on Facebook to sell on eBay. So I see that as like a play where you can negotiate all of the prices on Facebook and then you just list the same thing back on eBay, or you negotiate the eBay prices and then you list the same product on Facebook. And then when the person actually buy the product or say, yeah, like I'm going to purchase this product, instead of them sending it to you, they're just sending it to the other customer, right? So it's just like an automated thing. And imagine if you can just have ChatGPT just talk to both customers on both ends. And really, it's going to be fully automated because at no point you have to get anything physical. So ChatGPT is just going to negotiate the same address that it's getting from Facebook to the eBay response person, and like just make the whole thing sell for you. So I see that as like a crazy, crazy play where if a person really using ChatGPT like that, then they actually could just, like, you just use it to automate the entire life and on stuff like that. But moving on to the next point, how were you saying about Gemini? You've been using Gemini?
Yeah, so I've been using Gemini. All of them basically bring me to the same point. So Gemini is Google's AI. And basically, if you're somebody who you don't have any coding experience and you say you want to just try to code something simple, like a simple website, we could do something as simple as, say you want to do this for yourself, you want to build a workout tracker where you are able to track the workouts, the weight you are lifting, how much reps, and how much sets. And you can basically put that in. The thing with Gemini is pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it's able to spit this out pretty fast. And what you're able to do is you take this code and basically put it into a text, into a notepad or text file. Can actually show you that right over here. But it might be pretty small. You basically put this into a notepad. All you have to do is you just copy it, paste it, and then you go to save as. So you're not seeing my save as here. Again.
Yeah, you just have to share the next tab. Like add the next tab to the share screen.
Already done. I think this is it. Well, that might not be it. Where is this one? I'm gonna I have to share the entire screen at this point. So if I share the entire screen, you can see that, and it could be workout tracker. You can see I already did a similar one. So workout tracker.html, and then you would put all files, and then simply after that you can save it. After that, what you do, you go documents. So I can show you the documents here. And I have workout tracker 2. You basically would have to click this. And it actually came up on a different, it's gonna come up like a Google Chrome folder. So it would come up like this.
Whoa.
Where you can say, all right, today I hit bench press. I lifted 180. I did 3 reps. 10 reps, 3 sets. Boom. And then you can track it.
And actually calculate. Wait, it actually created. So what? It created the code created this form.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can actually use this form to track workouts.
Exactly.
That is insane.
So even something quick you can say, can you do to-do list for me? To-do list for me. It spins it up quickly.
So okay, so you copy the code.
You copy the code right here.
Yep.
It basically does, it even gives you the instructions down here. Copy the HTML code, open a text editor, paste the code, save it as a .html file. That's the main thing. And then after you're done saving it, you can actually just click the code itself. So
how, all right, so as a normie, like a normal brain thinking person, like what do you save as HTML? Like how do you save it as that? Do you just save it in the topic or you save it as HTML?
So so we can do that right here. Let's go to the screen here. So this is a notepad.
Notepad.
Yeah. You copy and paste it.
Yep.
You're gonna go file, save as.
Save as.
And then you enter, you save this. You move this save as type, all the files.
Okay.
All the files, right?
Okay.
And then you name it. What do you name it? To-do list. Enter your name it .html. Having it as .html kind of gives the understanding that this is a website or this is something that's going to be pulled up. And then I can go here, go to documents, and it was named to-do list 2.
Yeah.
So you can basically click this, can bring it over here. And you can say, all right,
when you select the to-do list, it create like a browser?
Yes, it does. It creates, this is what it creates. Like a browser
that means
type
you actually
thing.
could create anything from this thing. So ask it to create a little game, create an internet game with a paywall. Can't you ask it to do that?
Sure. Let me do that right after. So to-do list podcast with on. Upload it. What else could I say? Podcast trading. So after you're done, you can say, all right, I complete this task. Complete this task. Complete this task. And you can delete them.
That is insane.
And you can use that to spin up something very quickly.
That is insane. So this is actually like real life coding from
Gemini
GPT.
So the games, I've tried a lot of games. I don't get the best success, but we can definitely give it a try.
Right,
I've done a numbers game. Numbers game it can do.
Instead of using our brain, ask it first, what could it do that we could put a paywall on it? What's possible?
I don't think it can do the paywall itself. You might need to pull from a different API. It can give you like the skeleton.
Okay, but what? All right, so you could like. All right, so what document you could create then? What's a usable file you could create, and then you just attach it to like a paywall, like Stripe or Square or something like that, and give access to use it. So a usable file that we could actually do, that it can be like, okay, a person would pay me to use this thing, right? And then, say for instance, it can't create the paywall, but what it can do is you can attach Stripe or Square to it and just charge user access to use it.
And what's amazing about this, you can see the thought process. You can identify the core need.
Yeah.
And you can say if this is wrong. The user wants to sell a digital product and receive payment via Stripe. The key is a file that can be delivered after payment. Consider usable file formats for digital products: PDFs, JPGs, MP3s, MP4s, zip files. So it goes to the entire it goes to the entire thought process. And then let's see what it does. Well, it's just basically giving us the rundown.
Yeah.
So I would want to go back to like do the game example, and then you can, I guess you can add the Stripe paywall after, but you can have the product made and then you add the paywall.
This is so interesting. Like, I don't know why this is so interesting, but this is very interesting because just seeing how real life it is, I'm just like, this feel like magic. Let me.
Yeah.
This don't feel like magic to you. This feel like magic to me. If I see this, just imagine you can make a workable file, like a usable real life file. That is insane.
Yeah.
I just see that's actually crazy, but it's actually the instructions on how to implement it. Because all right, so just now, the reason why I feel like it can be a little bit difficult is because just now when you change that, right, when you were saving the file, right, and then you change it to all files, did it give you that instruction to know that you have to do that little tweak?
Not on this attempt, but if you don't get success, you can ask it like, why isn't this working? And it's gonna be like, oh, did you do this, that? And
okay.
So it just takes a little bit more prompting, for sure.
All right, because that's my question. That would be my question of like, from a non-knower, because if you never tell me I had to change it to all files, like I wouldn't know that I would have to do that, and then I wouldn't get the same result as you.
Yeah, it takes some. If you're actually interested, it's gonna take some work. It's not just gonna be
Yeah.
tell it to do this and it does everything. You definitely need to put a little work in at least.
Yeah, I always see that. I always notice that.
So you
And
can have number guessing,
numbers game,
your
numbers guessing game.
HTML, all fast.
So what Malik is doing, he's
That's it.
creating like what Malik is doing right now. He's creating a numbers game from this Gemini code writer, and it's supposed to pull up a numbers game directly where we can like guess the numbers. So let's see how well it works when
Number guessing game.
we actually get it on there. That is insane.
So you can say
Enter the
20.
guess.
Too high, guess
Too
lower. Yours guess.
So I'm thinking
10.
of a number between 1 and 100. Try to guess. 96.
But when you put 20, it says it's too high, guess lower.
Guess lower. 14.
14,
Couldn't get it.
too low, guess higher.
Too low. Guess higher. 18.
18, how much guesses? Boom! Congratulations, you get three tries.
In 2 tries. The number was 18. Previous guesses. That's insane though. So like this is actually a game you just created from scratch, and I'm pretty sure you can create another like useful file just from this. I just know that this is actually a thing, and just actually saying that okay, this is like an asset, you know that this thing just created an asset for you, right?
Yeah.
Because just imagine if you create something so useful. Oh man, I feel like I have use for this now. Now I feel like I have use for this now. So I'll go hit you up after this. After the pod, I'll go hit you up after this, and then we actually work on something, because I just realized how this can actually directly help me, because it just did it. It just did the exact thing that
it's real.
Oh, that's actually crazy still. So just seeing things like that, you don't even know that I can have it create the workable file. So you remember the spreadsheet I was telling you about? Like, I can use that. I can use that to automate the spreadsheet for my actual company. And then if I can get it to me just direct, other people can use it. And other people can do it the same way. So, but that's actually crazy though. So just seeing the use case of that, and that's not even ChatGPT, that's Gemini, you know?
Yeah, but all of them I realize give you the same result.
Yeah.
That's the thing with all LLMs, they're just becoming the same. Like none is better than the other.
What I mean when you say LLMs, you talk large language models, right? Like,
yeah.
Like so yeah, because you have to understand, most people can't just like know exactly what you're talking about now. Like, just,
I mean,
spit it out those
this
words.
far into the episode, I think you would have some understanding. But I get where you're going.
That's true still. Like if you're actually this far in there, you really know what you're doing, or you're really like smart enough to can like listen to this thing. But just seeing that use case, that's such a real world like evergreen thing. A person can use that no matter what. I love that, bro. I love that. That's actually crazy. I would definitely want to see more of that. But what's been happening now, like on a different note, when you come onto these markets, you seen the Libra Coin shit. Like I see that.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, Libra Coin, you are crazy. Yo,
crazy rub. Like
I think that's the president of Argentina. Exactly.
Yeah.
The president of Argentina just rugged a coin and deleted the tweet that he did that. Like this is, bro, this has to be the top. This has to be the top of it. Like I don't see it anymore. So he just siphoned the money. Like, all right, you see what I'm saying? I tell you this thing is a leaked loophole, you know. Like, I tell you about these crypto, you know, bro. Like, you see these meme coins? You see this thing? They see it. It's such a cash grab. You know how much liquidity he took from this thing?
Couple hundred M probably.
Do you know how much liquidity this man just took from the market and just said, give me that untaxable? Not taxable, nothing. Just give me that. Let me get that. In him Phantom wallet right now.
Yeah.
That's it.
But apparently he's getting charged for fraud.
Duh. You are
Yeah.
like this wrong. This is insane. Bro, I see this guy run this thing, and I'm like, nah. It has to be a mistake.
It didn't even like go up for like a little bit. Like it just straight up rug, bro. I'm like,
Yo, what's
damn,
the
this
market
is
cap? What was the high top market cap that he did?
you'd have to probably use one of your thing, your kind of websites.
My websites.
Probably like a deck screener.
Yeah, I live on that side.
Libra.
Oh, so just seeing that Libra coin. Fucking
So it's
hell.
at 300 million now. So how much was it? I don't know how you can see back here. What would you have to do to see the market cap? At that point.
I don't think you can see the previous market cap or where it did previously at, unless you're actually like. I've always tried to look at that too, where you can look at where the market cap was.
Here it is.
Oh, you can find it. Wait, where you going to find that?
See, it changed it from price to market cap.
Okay, you do it price and market cap. All right, so and then where you can see 560. What?
Yeah.
That was the high. That was the top.
Yeah, was the high.
But he still have liquidity in there then. So I don't know. All right, go down. I would want to look if the dev still holding. Like, see if it can, because he would be the developer, no?
I guess. I don't know. You have to guide me here.
All right, so you probably have to go down, just scroll down some more, all the way, like the whole screen. There's not a way. There's not a way on there.
Entire screen. Isn't this the entire screen? No.
Hold on. It should be over there. Let me check on mine. Probably have to check on like Photon or something, where you would have to check if like the dev's still holding, because if that's the thing, bro, if the dev not holding, it's just a waste of time.
I'm seeing this person owns 50% of it.
Top
that would be the dev. Yeah. 150 mil.
Yeah, so if you want top holders. Yeah, but they should have like a little symbol on their thing that shows.
Is this the dev? The liquidity pool?
Where? Yeah, on there, you know. That could be it, because that should signify, but I don't know. If him have only 18%, why that next guy have more like percentage of it, you know? But who knows? Because some of these guys sell their amounts, so you never even know anymore about who really have it. Because what I noticed that these guys do is, right, they would create the dev account. If a person developed the coin himself, he would create the dev account, and then he would just split wallets, and then he would split wallets and send a bunch of different his holdings, and then he would lock up the one that has the dev symbol on it. So it seemed like he's holding or he's locking up, and then him sell the other split accounts, then him sell the other split like wallets. So I see how them do that, and I'm just like, very devious stuff happening here, but you can actually tell that like it actually worked. So just seeing that, I just never even know that the president of like a whole country, that's where it's gonna be at now, where this guy is just like rugging this coin and just nothing coming from it. That has to be the top. Sometimes when I buy these coins, bro, it's like you see this person with authority just having these coins and him just running it, and you can say, nah, this definitely can't be a rug. It's like you see Trump roll a coin and you just like, nah, it can't be a rug. It can't be.
Yeah.
But it's just no rules. It's just the Wild West. I feel like we're just in a one different time right now where governments don't really look at the meme coins like that. They don't really pay attention to the exact Gen Z things that's going on. To them, it's just a joke. and people pulling out some insane liquidity from this. Insane. So I see this going. No, I see it going to a point where it just don't even make sense anymore. But let's move on. Next topic. I see here you say have like supply homes in Washington real estate market. What was this?
Yeah. So I guess because of the layoffs from a lot of the government workers. So this is from the COBC letter, an industry leading commentary on global capital markets. Since DOGE began discussing mass layoffs, the median home price in Washington, D.C. has fallen by 139,000. In 30 days, nearly 4,000 homes have been listed for sale in and around Washington, D.C. So apparently a lot of government workers are selling their houses. They couldn't really afford it. So
Whoa.
a lot of houses are hitting the market right now.
So they couldn't really afford it because so now they're losing what, their cash flow, or
they probably had them as like second homes, or they were getting a lot of the kickbacks from a lot of the USAID.
So it was paying
that was paying the mortgages. Look at even this. This looks like a 4-family. This is an 8-bedroom for 800,000.
That's
this
actually
probably
crazy.
a 4-family.
Hey, what are we doing here? Why aren't we there buying these things? That is actually definitely crazy. So
and the mortgage is $5,000.
Like, it's just to fly over here and buy one of this. You know that, right?
Yeah.
What's stopping one from doing so? Can't you?
This came up 2 days ago.
I feel like if I call my bank and just say, hey, like, guys, I see this property. Just tell me if I can afford it. Tell me if you can give me the money to do this thing.
That is 4-bedroom, $2,000 a month. Can you afford that?
No biggie. No biggie. Bro, my rent is $3,000 a month. Like, exactly. That is insane. So just seeing this actually could just run it, It's a crazy play. Yeah. So all these homes are being listed on the market. So now you're saying right now, people probably were paying for these things through, probably not even them, like just some government card them just have.
Yeah, just spending money.
Just spending
frivolously.
Running it. Like, that is insane, bro. I can't say some of these things. Yo, let's go on the DOGE X account and let's check if they have any new expenses that they've been spending money on, if they find any new ones after this.
Yeah, DOGE been finding it all. So this is yesterday. So this is $10 million for Mozambique voluntary medical male circumcision.
Like 9.7 M's for UC Berkeley to develop a cohort of Cambodian with youth enterprise-driven skills. What does that even mean?
I guess like Cambodian entrepreneurs, probably.
$2.3 million for strengthening independent voices in Cambodia.
We need that. US needs that.
We need that. We definitely need that. That is so insane. That's $32 million for Prague Civil Society Center. Dude, wait, that's $486 million for what? Dude, the Consortium for Elections and Political Process. Dude, like, we probably have to look up that shit. We don't even know what that even means. I don't even know what that even means.
Same. You can ask them to explain it. What is consortium?
Like, I've never even seen that word before. Consortium Establishment and Purpose, CEPPS, was independently established in 1995. Its mission is to support elections and political transitions globally by working with local, regional, and global partners to build resilient, exclusive, and accountable democracies. That's insane. So you're saying like so funding and structure is it is funded by the Global Election and Political Transitions GEPT program at USAID, operates a consortium combining the expertise of three major international organizations. That's actually really insane. So they're just sending off these money to these things. So the activity of them is a focus on strengthening democratic processes, which can include activities like voter turnouts, initiatives enhancing political participation, and supporting electoral integrity. For instance, one of the cancelled grants mentioned was 21 million for voter turnouts in India, which was part of a larger allocation of the CEPPS for various elections related activities. So it's just to basically make people come out and support these elections then? Like,
yeah, in India.
In India. Voter turnout. That's
I don't see
basically
it.
straight. I feel like this is just like big words for, hey, we bribed a bunch of people to do a bunch of shit.
You're
That
probably
has to
right.
be. That has
Probably
to
on the
be.
money there.
Because it's so crazy when you can just go in and just see so much money, like just spending to push narratives or to back them on points.
Yeah. When we started looking at this was 30 billion, I think. I know it's 100 billion in terms of money saved by
The
Dutch.
Doge clock. The Doge clock?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if it is somebody's job just to add these figures on here. I wonder like whose job is it to just to add these figures? That is
I'm not
quite
sure.
crazy. So like Doge just saved this in, so that's just a lot of money just being saved left and right, and basically, bro. So from the Doge, the post that they're saying, the ones that they posted, those are payments that they stopped currently, or are those payments that they just know that it's ongoing and they're still paying for those things?
They stopped. They kind of paused those.
Yeah.
Let me pull it back up.
In one of the interviews that I see with Elon, they were talking about people getting the social security checks, and he's saying that some people are like 150 years old still getting social security checks.
Yeah, and
Like, he doesn't know anybody who lives to see 150.
yeah,
So that's crazy. Are those checks cashing? Like, can't they check those things? They have
that's
to.
a good question.
They have to check if those checks are cashing, bro. Because I had those questions, and I'm just like, yo, nobody checking for that.
Maybe they just cash it at like those like Stop and Shop or a little corner store. Just cash the check somehow.
Yeah,
Did you see like the milestone mine where they actually like physically put? This is where the retirement documents for all government workers are. It's an actual mine that they handwrite people retirement documents. You go down there, you take an elevator, you file it, like physically file it.
Wow.
Down here. So that's what Elon found out. Like he's like, what's going on here? Like what are you guys doing?
Because it's the only way we can edit, sir. Like we can't. If we had it online, don't you think that how are we going to be able to edit and make our changes? Huh? Like why would we? Of course, we have it there.
It's down there somewhere around the back.
Like you said, of course we have it there, sir. Like if we had it electronically, you guys would have probably seen us. I can't have you guys tracking the movements, okay?
Yeah.
So that's literally how I see it. That's literally how I see it there, because the only way you can keep it like that is either you like tradition or you're stealing. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably
and I
that.
know these people don't give a shit about their tradition. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that for a fact. But the way how I see that, bro, I don't know. Like, most people can just take these government jobs, don't consider it to be any big deal, don't consider it to like affect anything. But then it really affect more than we even think. So things like that, I don't know. It's just wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what you see here on what was the tweet that Barron Trump tweet?
Yeah.
Well,
So
DOGE looking into IRS, like how can he even say that?
it was so weird. So people are speculating this is Barron Trump's account. So
Burner? Oh,
Barron,
you have a burner account?
this would be his only account. And he was saying something weird. Like he's saying that the things they're uncovering, they don't look right. Like he's a bit worried. Let me see if I can find it back. On the
Yo,
on the
that
IRS thing, so this is what they're saying. IRS to lay off 15,000 workers
mid-tax season.
mid-tax
So the
season.
IRS
Yes.
is set to lay off approximately 15,000 probationary workers during the peak of tax season, a move initiated by President Trump administration as a part of broader federal workforce reductions. This decision has stirred debate among public, with some viewing it as efficiency measure, while others expressing concern over potential disruptions to tax services. The layoffs are part of a cost-cutting plan that was also affected other federal agencies like IRS and NIH and NPS. Wow. So they're basically looking directly into IRS right now. So how
Yeah.
can they even do that? How can they
How
even
can they look into the IRS?
yeah, how can they look into the IRS? Like,
The IRS is a government body. Like
yeah, I
it's
understand,
all
but
free game.
who all right, if Trump can manipulate the taxes like that, why don't he do it for himself and his businesses?
How is he? He's not manipulating the taxes. He's
Yeah, but
just
how is he gonna audit them? So who audits the person who's auditing? Because he's auditing the IRS, right?
yeah.
Who audits the person who's auditing? Because the IRS is supposed to be the auditor of auditors, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So now they're getting audited.
Yeah. Well, what Elon is saying, like through the transparent DOGE post,
Yeah.
he's expecting the people to audit him. Like if somebody says, "Whoa, you guys are going too far," like we actually need this.
Him just
then
make sure that tweet don't get seen. Like him just hide that tweet. Just
no, because
say, hey,
other
like
people
this
would.
person just stir up some bullshit. Let's get him off Twitter.
Oh no, you wouldn't do that.
Hey, this person is going viral for saying this. Okay, let's suppress his words.
That was the previous admin. Did you know that there was a ramp up in the amount of IRS employees they hired in the previous administration when they were looking into like Venmo transactions, Cash App transactions, your Coinbase transactions, all your crypto transactions? They actually hired a lot of people to look into the regular person and what is he doing, like audit the people. That's what happened in the previous. So this one is like the opposite, where they're auditing the IRS, thinking too much people are there.
Yeah.
I would hope they come up with a better process where it's like the IRS tells you how much you owe. Like, don't wait on me to say, I think I owe this, and then you say, no, you owe this, and then you audit me. Like,
but you have to understand, like, a lot of those things are the trust within the people in terms of nobody not overseeing you unless we have something that track all transactions and payments. Like
So they don't know how much the person owes?
they can't because of all your businesses and all the ways
The
that you make
IRS
money.
doesn't know.
How they gonna know? If you sell
Or say a regular person without a regular person, they don't have no business, no side income. They have a regular W-2 job.
exactly.
All of their taxes come out on every single check.
Yep.
Why do they have to tell the IRS how much they owe?
Because that person sells chickens and he collects money in cash.
I said no side business.
Oh, he
I
has
said
no
he has
side
a regular
business.
job.
Oh, I have a regular job. So that person have a car and he sells his car. He has a regular job and he sells his car and he sells it for 10,000 and he collects cash and he doesn't record that income.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't record it. And when you don't record that, even though the money from your job tracked, even though all those things tracked, when that regular person sells his iPhone that he doesn't want anymore and he sells it for cash, that income isn't recorded. So the car he sold because he's a regular person with no business, he's just trying to get a new phone. That's all he's trying to do. And he's just trying to get a new car. That's all he's trying to do. All that money is income and it should be reported. So if they wanted that to be accurate, it's impossible. You can't. Because that person just going to take cash and he's going to be like, oh, no, just pay me in a cash. And then I'll report nothing. And then no IRS about like the whatever they charge that person is just whatever from them job. So that definitely not going to be accurate as well. So the most efficient way, or not efficient, I wouldn't even say efficient because you know we're relying on people's trust and their words, right? Because that's technically what's happening now. The government is relying on you to report that money that you're making, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're relying on. And if people right now with that same power, not even giving a shit, don't care for a second, won't even say, oh, hey, I'm gonna just report this money that I just got from my car that I sold. Like, no, he's not. He's not doing that. So it's just kind of crazy. So let's read it.
So if you sell your car privately, you typically don't collect sales tax. However, the buyer might need to pay sales tax when they register the car in their name, depending on the state or country's laws. Capital gains tax. If you sell your car for more than what you paid for it, you might be subject to capital gains tax, but only if you're selling it for a profit and it's not your primary vehicle used for personal purposes. Personal use vehicles usually don't qualify for capital gains tax unless they've been used for business purposes and depreciated. Depreciated.
Okay, so that's technically
I'm not seeing the tax. I'm not seeing the tax incurred by you selling a vehicle that you were using for yourself and you just want to get out of a used vehicle
if
and use that money to purchase something else.
Well, read what it says, though. Read what it says.
I read it. I read it. So I'm saying, like, you're saying a person that
even if personal use, okay, like personal use, you probably don't have to. But if you sell it if you sell it and gain a profit from it, most people won't do it, but you're supposed to like report any profit you make on anything, right? So remember, if I buy a car for 5,000 and then I sell it back for 7,000, just because I know that, hey, these type of cars now are selling for this price, you made a profit, and all profits are supposed to be reported, right? So all profits from anything is supposed to be reported. Like anything you sell and make a profit on top. That's just what it is. And that's what capital gains tax is. Capital gains tax is just money you make on top of that. But do people normally do that? Can you go to jail for that? No, not really. You can't go to jail for that. But if, say for instance, you're doing it on like a recurring thing where you don't realize that, oh shit, I can buy the cars and then I can just sell them for like larger amounts of money, and you continuously repeat that and not pay the capital gains tax, then you probably can't go to jail for that. But I don't think
you would need a dealer's license because you're doing something illegal at that point.
it depends on some states, because some states you're allowed to sell a certain amount of cars. Some states you can't even sell on specific days of the week. Like
Oh,
some states you can't sell on a Sunday. You can't sell
oh,
cars on a Sunday. Yeah, and so most states all different, because some states you can sell up to like 5 or 6 cars before they tell you that, oh, you need to have a dealer's license, right? And some states just different. Like, but I see what you're saying still when it come on to just you like you're paying taxes or overall, like, yeah, they probably could get you to, they probably could like tell you the exact figure that you owe, but I still feel like with people still doing a bunch of side things all the time, because it go hard to determine who have a little side business and who don't.
but
Right?
it's not even the side thing they're pressuring you about. Like the side thing, they're not gonna catch everything, and they know that. But
Yeah.
a lot of the time, somebody has a W-2 income. They put in this information into the website. It comes out wrong. They get audited, and then they're like, "Whoa, just tell me what I owe,
Yeah.
and I will
Yeah.
pay it. Don't have me guess what I owe, and then now you're saying, oh, you don't even owe that much, or you owe more than that. Just tell
Mm.
me what you think I owe.
You think
I
you
will
could?
pay it.
You think you could ask ChatGPT to do your taxes?
If you could ask ChatGPT to do your taxes,
Yeah.
it's possible. I think it's possible.
Yeah, I feel like it's possible as well, because the
Yeah.
way how I see how ChatGPT work, I genuinely think it would. And then if you ask it to do your taxes, you would know exactly what you owe. Wouldn't that be a solution? That could be a solution.
The ChatGPT is not the IRS, so ChatGPT can tell you what it thinks you owe, but as far as what the IRS thinks you know, that's a different
Yeah, RS gonna be like, no, no,
thing.
no, 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 no.
You
We
owe
know you
this.
owe more, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just kind of crazy. But I look at this as insane play. I just feel like ChatGPT is gonna be capable of so many different things, especially nowadays, and how it's being used and stuff like that. On the next episode, I'm gonna actually see if I can pay for the GPT. But I really, before I pay for it first, I wanted to watch more videos on it to see if I can have it automate a full business on here. Like, so I'm gonna try to see if it's possible where you automate an extreme full business and you actually just say, you know what, I'm gonna just give you this business to run for me, and that's it. And just see what it can generate from like
Mm-hmm.
just giving it that prompt. Right. And that's like when you turn ChatGPT into an agent.
Mm-hmm.
So if that can actually become a thing, I can turn it into an agent and I can have it do these things, then I genuinely feel like that would be good. But
Mm.
you know how it is, my brother.
Yeah, bro.
You know what it is, man. So thank you guys again for watching this episode. Crazy, crazy episode. I actually really like this one because I didn't know you could do those things with the code and like those real world files. That's actually pretty cool. And I genuinely feel like you should play around with it some more to see if it can create like a actual file that a person can use to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty cool. But anyways, thank you guys again for watching this episode. I'll see you in the next one. All right, that's pretty sick. Mm.